So for about a month before my dad brought me soap, and he was a cocoa farmer, there was no cell phone to call him. So you are lucky and he just shows up. And early morning at 4 a.m., I will wake up and go to the bathroom and pick up pieces of soap, broken soap, in the bathroom, and I'll piece it together. Whether this was Key soap or Lux or whatever it was, I'll piece everything together. Then I have something to wash down. But I was not in any way felt like I couldn't accomplish. I felt that was the situation I was in, and I could still excel. And I did. From there to Kenya University, where I did land economy. By the way, I did O-level at Jate Pram, so they are not here. It hurts me. The Japas didn't. So from Japas to Kumasi High to Kenya University, you see, Japas, Atunzu, right? Coming from there, so I was traveling. From Japas, Kumasi High, from Kumasi High, Kenya University, from Kenya University to America, where I was able to run schools. I was a teacher for 10 years. After that, I developed schools, I ran schools in America with over 200 workers before Nana Addo Dankwa asked me to come back. I just want to encourage you as students that you see, when you work well today, your future is in the hands of God, but at the same time in your hands. You may not have come from a very rich family. Things may be very challenging for you, but understand, if you read and you study and pay attention to your headmasters and teachers, one day you are going to succeed beyond your wildest imagination. You get to a point where you ask yourself, is this me? You know that song called Obinyaneme, right? I know they are no one in the Obinyaneme, no say was still no other benches. So you succeed so much that when they wake you up, you are still the person that you are and you have succeeded. When I was building schools in America, sometimes I'll pinch myself and ask myself, is this me? Sometimes I'll have to go and look myself in the mirror because I felt like, how did I get here? Jate Pram, so where we used to drink from a pond, no running water. Pipe, are you serious? Where from pipe water? There was a pond there, and vultures used to swim in it. We told our headmaster that, headmaster, vultures come to the pond and we are drinking from it. Also, vultures don't like water. But we call it petensio, and that's where we drank from. So if you are from Jate Pram, you hear about petensio, now it's no longer there. So from Jate Pram to Kumasi High School was like heaven. I used to sit at the science lab and study with the upper 6 students. I won't go to sleep because it was such a nice place. And the people who were from high school were complaining. On the high school in the desert, I was saying, we won't call Jate Pram. So high school was great for me, and I succeeded there. Went to Kenya University, found myself in America, and then come back to Ghana, Deputy Minister, now Minister for Education. My story was impossible at the time when I was Jate Pram. So I could not even think about me becoming Minister for Education. It never occurred to me that one day I'll be standing in front of you. Life is a miracle, but you make that miracle. You make that miracle. You make that miracle. I remember one afternoon, school was out, Jate Pram, so there was vacation, and I went to plead with my senior housemaster to allow me to stay at the school, because if I go home, I live in a room with about 5 of my siblings. No desk to study on. So I pleaded with Mr. Addo, and he allowed me to stay at the school. And there's this teacher called, I think, Eduse. Yeah, I remember that. He called me recently. I was sitting under a tree and I was reading. And he passed by. He looked at me and he said, SP, you are still here when everybody has gone home? And I said, yes. He said, life is what you make it. And I will never forget that statement from him. So that life that I have today started from Jate Pram. Your life is beginning from a certain school. If you work hard, one day you get to a point where you ask yourself the same thing I asked myself this day. How did I get here? And the response will be, by the help of God and by dint of hard work. Determination will lead you to a great place called the land of success.